action.
We open to a typical bustling city corner. A symphony of car horns, merengue típico, and yours fill the air. A slim, thick Latina makes her way down the street. Think Jennifer Lopez circa 2008, only without the money and the fame.
Diablo, esa tipa está buena. She look good as fuck.
That's Joe. He's in his 20s. Typical guy who hangs outside of barbershops in his spare time, which is all the time. He gestures his hands around the corners of his mouth, prepared to shout at Slim Thick, but he hesitates.
Wait a minute. Let me think about this for a second. I'll hit her with that straight G. Females love that shit.
Word to Future.
Bam! She's pregnant. Cause you know my swimmers swim. My cousin Pito will hook me up with a job at T-Mobile. I'll be slinging them iPhones left and right. She don't cook much, clean much, or wash the baby much. And ass is fat. One day though, I'll come home with some Chinese food from the corner. Find her later with some kid who sells hookahs in La Marina. Damn. Maybe I should leave her alone.
Joe hangs his head at the imaginary betrayal.
Nah, fuck that, gang.
Joe emits a fuckboy sonar so loud it grabs the attention of everyone on the block, especially Slim Thick. Ayo! The mailman.
What?
The crackhead on the corner.
What?
La Doña.
Yeah?
Slim Thick stops mid-crosswalk.
Huh?
My bad.
R.I.P. Slim Thick. Dedicate the whole podcast to fucking Future.
Let's get this shit going. Let's get this shit going.
Are you recording?
Yeah. Hey.
What up, y'all?
What's going on?
Buenos dias.
Where to Future?
I don't get that that's an inside joke. Or you Wilson. Well, actually, you do get that because you listen to this.
They may or may not. We don't know.
Unless you weren't paying attention to the sketch that we played for you that we worked very hard for.
Aye.
Word to Future.
About 3 hours.
3 hours.
We put in work,
Yo.
though. It was work. Hello. You want to introduce yourselves?
Well, what are we called?
Welcome, señoras y caballeros, to Come Correct
Podcast.
The podcast. We're gonna talk a lot of shit, and
You
we're probably
better-
gonna give you some whatever. What are you gonna say?
You better come correct.
Yeah.
And listen to this shit correctly.
Correctly.
If you don't have your
Listen.
If you don't have your headphones up all the way, turn them down. Turn them up.
Oh, we gonna hit Run's
We're
first
gonna do
thing?
the
You're gonna
Beyonce.
scare everybody off.
Happy birthday, Beyonce!
Oh yeah, it was Beyonce Day.
Happy
yesterday.
birthday.
Yes.
She's a Virgo?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
Yo, introduce yourselves.
Is your favorite tia Chipotle Menace? Rompe Chancleta?
Hey.
Zana.
It's your girl. Your favorite FOMO homo. AKA local lesbian. AKA Terabyte. AKA Dognificent. I know Anna doesn't like that one, but I'm keeping it. For Jermaine, shout out to Jermaine. AKA Queen Hot Take.
Epa. Yo, and this is Jaheni coming live and direct, you know, moviendo la cadera at all times.
Hey. So how y'all guys doing?
Yo.
Right? 2020 though. And that massacre of deer.
Yeah, we were on our way here. We saw a family massacre of deer on the side of the road, and that's
We just drove on by, like, all right, 2020, I see you.
classic.
You gotta keep it rolling.
We are
though.
being desensitized to all of this violence. Even if it's against fucking deer.
Family massacre, man. Just drove on by.
It's just RIP to them, you know?
Yeah.
Eh.
But I
Jenny's
guess,
like, fuck them.
Fuck a deer. No, you know why? If you know me, you know I'm not a fan of deer. I don't
dang,
like deer.
Peter don't get her. Peter don't
I'm gonna
get
tell you
her.
guys something though. Let's be real. Venison hits. I don't know if y'all have.
You've had
venison.
venison before?
Well, my dad
I'm
go
white.
hunting.
Do you see my fucking
This-
complexion?
Ah! She's
White people love
everyone.
venison.
She's white.
Just so you guys know. I'm a lesbian and I'm white. So.
Write that down. No, you were there's this place in Passaic where they like chop up like it's like a butchery.
Yeah,
whatever.
Butchery.
A butcher.
I went to this butchery in Passaic, and no, there was like a deer hanging.
Slaughterhouse?
But it was like an apartment. Like
Yo, no, the thing is, my dad, like, he goes hunting and he'll, like, take the deer to, like, a guy and it's, like, a garage or something and he'll chop it up for you real nicey nice and
nice
then
fillets.
send you home.
They ground it. You can ground it up. You can make meatballs.
Sausages, all that.
What is
it?
What's the closest?
It's gamey.
Yeah, I'd say a cow, like beef.
No,
It tastes
don't
like
lie.
beef?
Don't lie to our listeners.
What does it taste
Yeah,
like?
no,
I think it's
beef
it's like
steak.
more
Have you-
natural, like I don't know, like more like earthy and like
Yeah.
chewier and like you gotta know how to cook it.
But wait a minute. So beef
No,
isn't
no.
earthy? But beef is
Yeah,
from the
beef-
earth.
no.
But I feel like
It's a beef.
deer is.
To me, Jenny's talking for herself because
Yeah.
I think it tastes like if I.
But you
had it-
like deer.
I like deer and I like beef,
Ooh.
I'm like, it tastes like dirt.
but I think that if you cut it thin, you ever have beef steak?
I understand.
So it's similar to that. Like my dad will cut it real thin and like cook it with mad butter, some salt and pepper. Shit is lit.
Okay.
I'm gonna take your word for it.
All right,
I ain't
y'all.
trying it. But
Send us your deer recipes.
Shout out to Joe Rogan. Him and his fucking elk meat. Like,
Oh.
he's always talking about.
That's
elk
some
meat
other.
and
That's some
shit.
other.
It's gotta be a little different.
A lot of
I'm
different-
sure it's similar to deer, but who knows? They probably eat different things than they do out here. I don't know.
I guess.
Their diets are different.
Right.
All right. Well,
Whatever. Fuck the deers.
really, I was about to say that.
Fuck that family of deers. Sorry, no. It was very sad. It's very sad when I feel sad when I see a dead animal on the
We
side
couldn't
of the
get
road.
back on track. We were talking mad shit on the way here. We saw these
then
dead
it was
deer
like-
on the side of the road. We tried to get back on task again, but we were still
It was just
thinking
like-
about the deer.
It was like silent. And it was like doo 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 doo.
Yeah.
We're
It was like
brown,
that Sarah McLaughlin
Is that what that was?
was playing. The arms of angels.
Is that what we're gonna do? We're just gonna do karaoke the rest.
Me and you are gonna we're gonna sing to each other. That's what's gonna happen. But anyway, for real though, y'all doing good? Like, how's everybody doing? How's everybody?
I'm holding on.
It's alright. I mean, it's kind of hard to kind of get the mental health situation under wraps, especially during quarantine and, getting your mindset right.
Back on track.
Yeah. And also just kind of weeding out the bullshit in your mind.
I gotta ask y'all something though. Like 2020, we start. You have your New Year's resolutions. Did anybody work on those, or are we like?
Did you?
What resolution? No, I'm playing. You know what? Because I moved out in February, so part of my resolution was just to kind of like do the adult thing and kind of get myself in order and make sure like everything is organized and like. I mean, everything went out the window come March, but so
but you
did
still-
I start
Strong. Started strong.
I guess I started strong and then it was like a sharp like down. And then now I'm like slowly starting to crawl my way back up and I'm crawling, I'm climbing, I am working for it. Ooh. But I am doing the work right now and I'm trying to get it back together.
Me and Anna are under you.
September? Is September we're in?
Yeah.
So if you have to jump back into your New Year's resolution 9 months later, there's still time. There's still time. It's still 2020.
I guess it doesn't have to be a New Year's resolution. It could just be you working on yourself.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't have New Year's resolutions. These are just things I've been trying to work on in general.
I don't even remember what my New Year's resolution was.
Then why you asking?
I just figured like that would just be a thing.
I do have moments when I especially just get down on myself and I feel like, yo, I'm fucking up. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm eating Chipotle every day. It's not good. You can't have 2 meals in one sitting. But when those moments hit, I just kind of like reevaluate and I think, okay, what is it that I can do that kind of nurtures the best Anna that I want to be?
That's fair.
Have you been, since we're talking about nurturing, have you been doing your yoga?
Y'all be yogaing together.
We
Go
do
off.
yoga. I didn't do last week.
If y'all can't see me, but I'm shaking my head.
Right. And if you want to join us, we do yoga with Adrienne on YouTube.
Shout out to her.
She's really. For me, she can really. Just
You want to tell your
speak
story?
To me.
Yeah.
What story?
Like your love story about
My
her.
love story. I am secretly in love with her, and I think when we meet, she's gonna fall in love with me.
You gonna slip
too.
into her DMs?
Nah, I mean, I don't really.
I feel like Adrienne would be the one to answer.
Yeah,
she
seems like that good.
If
of a
you
person.
reached out, you'd be like, "Hey, like I love you so much."
You know, there's this influencer that I adore. Her name is Bad Dominicana. Well, that's not her name, but that's her
Stan,
name.
you stan.
She's
great though. She's fucking great.
Her. No, she really does. Because honestly, this is one of
She
those
really does
examples where you surround yourself with people that have a good mentality, and she don't deal with the bullshit. Mm-mm. She attacks the anti-blackness in the Latino community, which we know is real. Mm-hmm. Like, if we want to talk about the difference, like Latinos don't even acknowledge that black people exist. Like, they don't even know that we're in the country, but we're right next to them.
Yeah.
And she calls it out. She's fierce. She's a singer. She's an artist. She's like what I mean, obviously I want to be different. I want to be in my own lane, but I want to harness my artistry and my creativity in a way that helps other people to channel in that perra.
A modern day Renaissance woman.
Yes. Shout out to you, Bad Dominican. I love you, call me.
She loves you. We love you too. I love you too.
But anyway, getting back on track since we were like talking about like
mental health.
There you go. But I know we were all, having a tough week. Or maybe a tough couple months.
Tough few months.
But like it comes in waves. But lately we're on the downward right now.
And I don't know if we're all synced up, but me and Vanessa had our period last week.
Oh,
FYI, mark it on your calendar.
If you're synced up with Tara, shoot us an email.
Yes, because we'll send you a beanie, baby.
We will not send you a beanie,
don't got
baby.
Money. Fuck that.
We'll maybe write you back, but that's about it. But yeah, no, I was in my feelings last weekend, and, I just was like, I need to really get back into therapy and just talk through certain things.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I think everybody kind of feels like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where do you go?
No, I don't have it there. I need to get
you gotta
back
find,
into it. I gotta find a new one.
Right.
Because my last therapist, I wasn't really feeling.
Yeah,
and
you gotta find the right fit.
It's been many years.
Right.
And I think it's because like you have to find the right fit.
Yeah.
And if you don't find the right person, it kind of like pushes you away from it, and you're like, why am I doing this? This is like not for me. This isn't helping me because this person's really not understanding me or hearing me or helping me to like work through whatever I need to get through. Okay. So I think you really do need to like find somebody that is for you. Maybe it's not the first person, it's not the second person, but you gotta keep, faith.
Don't give up. Don't give up on the first therapist. Maybe go to 2 or 3, but you'll find the one. Because we're individuals. Just as therapists are human beings as well. You know what I mean? You just gotta find the right individual.
Just like your soulmates, like we all found each other. Like we're all soulmates. Yeah. Like we gotta find that right person.
Yeah, that's
same
thing. And with the Latin American community, like therapy is something that you just don't seek. I don't know about you, but personally, it was something for pussies. Yeah. Therapy is something or for the crazies or for the, for the accept. And the thing is, at the end of the day, we can all benefit from therapy. We can all benefit from just expressing to somebody who has no stake in your life, expressing to like a third party or just to get it off your chest. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have to be a one-on-one. It could be a group situation. It could just be something, but sometimes just versus holding everything in on the inside and then blowing up one day in a very unhealthy manner, you can just like speak it out into the universe that you're feeling certain ways and that, just feel your feelings out loud and just like put it out there so that it doesn't like implode, But it's so important. But you can't do that if the culture doesn't facilitate it or doesn't or not necessarily facilitate it, but they definitely they shame you. It's a stigma. It's not okay. And like the nerve of you being sad, pull up by your bootstraps and pull it together. You know what I mean?
Like when I was a kid.
Yeah, but and it's like no, we're living in a world of access and things that are just like at our fingertips. Like the nerve of us, like not even like trying to seek out, and like. we just gotta grow. I'm sorry, I just went on.
No, everything you said honestly is all factual,
Wow.
and I think that it is hard to like actually put it out there and try to seek that therapy and things of that nature, and it's also like not always financially
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't think of,
Feasible. Yeah.
No, it's not.
they make it hard for a lot of people, and like sometimes it could be really expensive.
Yeah.
But I know they have like a lot of online places now.
There's
where you can
better
pay.
help.
Yeah, and
Talkspace, I've
yeah.
heard, but I think with Talkspace, now they allow certain insurance, so that may be an option.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do the research, help yourself out, because you're gonna need somebody to pull you out of that box once you get in a certain mindset. Because nobody does it alone. Like, even the most fiercest independent woman has somebody. You can't do it alone. Don't
I got
worry
you
about
guys.
it. Yeah.
No, facts. And I think we do need to start talking about it more and like ending the stigmas, like getting these stigmas out of here. Like I think everybody should be in therapy or talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Getting it out, getting off their chest.
Because everybody has room for growth.
Yeah.
No
can all be
one's
better.
above it.
Yeah, we can
no
all
one
be
is
better.
above it.
I'm sure Obama's
Actually,
in
and I think
fucking-
we're all in a place in our lives where we're observing the people that we surround ourselves with, and we're like, is this person trying to grow as well? Because I'm trying to grow, and if I'm trying to grow and you're not trying to grow, you're not going to fit in my life anymore. So I think like now we're 30. And we're like, I don't have the energy for certain things, certain behaviors from other people, because you know what? 30, you've accumulated a lot of your own baggage, you know?
Energy matters. Energy matters.
Really? And the thing is, like you were saying, like people around you aren't growing, but I feel like as well, like you see things in people that you don't want to be. So it kind of like gives you perspective, like, oh well, I don't want to be like that, so I'm gonna do this over here. You know what I mean? Like, because there are some like traits that people are very toxic, and you're like, whoa, I don't want to be like that. Like, it could be family, friends, strangers.
And you said this once too, like sometimes the people around you bring out certain behaviors in yourself that you don't necessarily like. Like, oh, this person brings out a certain rage in me, or a certain like enviousness or jealousy or whatever. But
they poke your shadow side, and there are people that are like that, and you gotta kind of be in tune to that, regardless of their station in their life, whether they're family or the dude that won't text you back. Leave him alone, girl. Leave him alone.
But yeah, we definitely are, mental health positive, and whoever needs help, or if you need to talk to somebody, hit us up.
Yeah, reach out to us, and we want to foster that within this podcast. And if you have an issue, we'll talk it through. You need help with something, holla at us. We got you.
Come correct though.
Yeah.
Don't be acting stupid. Don't be acting funny.
Cause we'll straighten you out.
We don't want no dick pics. Right. We don't want none of that.
Yeah, I'm watching Cobra Kai, so I got them karate moves on me.
Alright. I'm gonna need you to...
I learned my karate from white men, okay?
But anyways, y'all want to talk about the stigma? Or you want to say something?
Well, yeah, just the last thing, there's always an outlet. Like we said, Talkspace, BetterHelp, and if like things get really bad, I feel like we do gotta like at least put the phone number out there for the suicide hotline, because it is suicide awareness month. Just listen to that
Logic song.
1-800-273-8255. If you need it, dial it.
Don't hesitate.
My whole thing is with that. Okay, I'm gonna be the asshole here. My whole thing is with that.
That's fair.
When you're in that space and you're like,
you ain't calling no hotline.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm sorry, because I've been there before where I have felt like at my lowest point, and I'm like, I don't really want to talk to anybody.
Right.
Where you are in that dark, but we don't want anybody to get to that place. Yeah. So if you can avoid getting to that place,
you got options.
You got several options, but if you do want to talk to somebody, because you might not be like me, you call that number. Hit up Logic. Hit that song up.
I think it's important to have those like just options, because some people don't have anybody else to like talk to, and if like you really don't have anybody else, you do. You do.
This is getting dark. This is getting dark.
All right, let's move it forward.
But since we're talking about like stigmas and everything, I feel like there is a big stigma around like femininity and your sexuality.
Yes.
We definitely saw it when the WAP video came out.
Which is like, okay. I don't want anybody that listens to rap and all these different genres. They talk about raping women, beating women,
drugging women,
all this under the sun. But then a song comes about empowering pussy, and you shook. And that's fragile.
Let me tell you,
Y'all fragile.
they ain't even the first people to have
Fragility.
done it. Lil' Kim was out here talking about getting her pussy eaten for decades before the song came out. You know,
I think because it now
viral is being viral is a thing.
No, not even that. Hip hop is pop now, and people don't like. Hip hop wasn't back then.
Yeah.
So not everybody was hearing those songs.
Yeah.
Now everybody's hearing it, and it's like in your face kind of thing. And men are like, oh, so this is what your femininity, like your fight for femininity was about. And it's like, no, this isn't what it's about. But this does make us feel better about it, that we can speak like you speak. You know what I mean?
Because it's a matter of fact of like, weak men don't like women that are in control and confident, because a low self-esteem ass chick is easy to run through. You could do whatever you want. You get your rocks off, and it's your tool. That's what you want. Say what you want. You want your woman quiet, and you want to be able to manipulate her. That's what it is.
But those are the people that do need to go to therapy.
Yes, sir.
Circle back.
Circle
Circle back. But honestly, because it's like, at the end of the day, is it really that bad, like, to be sexually liberated?
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
but it's a tricky thing, because
there are a lot of tight buttholes out there still.
No, but I think also, like, you gotta be responsible when you're throwing your pussy out.
That's true. No, that's fair.
But you need to understand that there's gonna be some emotions involved, and not a lot of people play fair. So you need to do the things that you need to do to protect yourself, and make sure that you're honest about what it is that you really want. Because if you want a man, girl, don't do that, because then that's how you get into a toxic relationship. And I keep saying, girl, boy, if the shoe fits, wear it.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Wait, no, that's problematic.
No. We're sorry. But yeah, like, I just think you need to
word to Future.
No, don't leave that man alone.
Leave Future alone.
Leave that man alone. I think women, don't be afraid to play around a little and see what you like. Don't let society tell you what it is you need to do in order to be a valued woman. Because if we're real about it, violence against women, it doesn't matter if you play the rules. It doesn't matter if you're straight and narrow. It doesn't matter what you wear, because we all know stories.
But my whole thing is too, because guys play like they don't like that thing, like the WAP image, but they really do.
Yeah,
like that's what they really do want.
But
like,
you know,
they
it's
want
not just the dudes
to be dirty in the bed.
It's really
it's not just
men.
the dudes. It's also uptight women or women that are also insecure too, that are like those like super,
because
Christian
they never
women.
got they never fucked
their back blown out. They never had their back blown out.
They never got that raka.
No, and whose fault's that? Not the rest of the women.
They don't know what climaxing is, and they're probably just jealous. And
we don't know what the mindset is behind it, but the point is, it's like, if you're not sexually exploratory, then you can't.
That's not on us.
That's not like, where do you find your liberation behind that? You don't know what you like. There are a lot of people out there who find that one guy, and then they stay with that one person for like ages, and like they never explore sexually what they like, and then that's it. Like, that's it. They settle.
So have you guys ever experienced like sexual liberation versus being a hoe? Like, how
my life is sexually liberated, and I never viewed myself as a hoe. And even as like a youngin', like when you first start,
do you think there is a stigma behind that word, the hoe?
Yeah, and it's a broad term. It can mean a lot of things.
I think the term evolved too.
I think, honestly, there's a hoe. Hoes exist.
It's a mindset. It's intentions.
Also, don't have rules and philosophies. They will fuck you, the sisters, man, and
the sisters.
Yeah, and that's different than being sexually liberated.
Yes.
Like, liberated, number one, you're safe. You're not messing up anybody's home.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas a hoe don't give a fuck.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
We have friends. We have friends where
There's no rules.
Oh, who was the dude you're fucking with? All right, I'm gonna hop on that dude.
Nah.
You ain't got no scruples.
Scruples.
You ain't got no scruples. You know? To me, that's the difference between
hoe is a
sexually
mindset. Hoe is a mindset. You know, it's definitely like how you approach the game, how you approach your sex life, how you approach your partners, whether you have respect for them in their situation. Because the thing is like being horny is a vulnerable position to be in.
And I think that some hoes, they probably do perpetuate the negative aspects of being a hoe. You know what I mean? That men hate femininity. That's the reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there are these people that don't respect themselves. They're not respecting themselves enough, and they're the ones that need to go to therapy.
Right. And before the guys are like, oh, y'all just anger bitter females. We the ones that deal with you. We know what we're saying, okay? Like all that inner shit that's like,
Well, I don't, but
I'm a good guy.
And it's not just guys though. There are plenty of fuck girls out there.
Let's talk. We'll do that. Let's make it fair for the guys.
Okay.
Let's talk
That's
about
fuck girls.
girl.
This is and Tara's like, all right, now I
All
can
right.
talk.
Let's get the local lesbian on deck.
Okay. I'll be honest. At some point before I met Vanessa, I probably was a little bit of a fuck girl, and but I also knew I needed to grow, and I was in a bad headspace. Jenny knew. Like, a lot of my friends around me knew that I was in a bad place, and they were just like, yo, she gotta go through it. I can't really say much to her.
And
You gotta
you
let
used to
people
wear
know.
multiple studded belts, which
That's a calling card.
it screams.
I was like desperate for attention, so whoever gave it to me, it was just like, okay, we're doing this kind of thing. And then at some point I stepped back and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? There's no value in this for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think I definitely grew from where I was there to where I'm at now. You know what I mean?
You had to go through that though.
Yeah.
In order to get there.
Yeah, but I was always kind of like, nah, I never had a whole phase. I never really was like this and that, but I think I kind of did.
Everyone has a whole phase. You gotta discover it. You gotta figure it out. Sometimes you gotta do bad things, or because what it is really you don't know that it's bad until after the fact. You didn't realize, oh man, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And that's real. Be kind to yourself.
Yeah, because there were some questionable women I was with that were diseased.
Oh my god. Oh no. Oh my god. We don't even got masks on right now.
But that was years ago. So Vanessa purified my life. But anyway.
She did. Thanks, Dad. No, yeah. And as I speak a little bit on that, I felt like my whole journey into self-discovery, like once you get into like feeding into your sexuality, the attention of it all, like people are looking at you and
that's what it is.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god, like I'm awesome.
Like
and
they all want to suck my
gold.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes you don't know how to handle that. You don't know how to handle that kind of attention. And
it's an adrenaline rush.
And it's also 7 times out of 10, I'm not going to say 9 times out of 10, 7 times out of 10, it's motivated by something else. Like that person's being nice to you because they need something out of the end.
Yeah.
Or you feed a particular purpose in their life. So there's an agenda involved. Don't take it to the titty, honey, because it don't mean that much.
Yeah, facts. So how do you guys think, like, you find the balance between, like, liberation and being a hoe?
Intention?
How many
How
people
you
are
approach?
pissed off?
Yeah.
How many people are pissed off? No, you know what? You could have the best intentions and you could be on the same page with somebody else. But sex is a weird thing because feelings are always there. And the second, like, if you're the one that cuts the cord, somebody's always going to be pissed off if they're not quite ready to cut that cord. Or if somebody cuts the cord from you, you're going to be pissed off. Sometimes that little inkling of emotion is there unless you... And I think you need to understand that about yourself. Know your limits. Know that if you become emotionally invested into certain things, Hoeing ain't for you. Hoeing ain't for you.
I think it's all about like perspective and being present and like just
figuring it out.
Yeah.
Being out
Figuring
there.
it out.
Don't be scared. You're not going to find out about your sexuality, what you like, what you're into, the kind of person you want to be with until you're out there meeting people. And
that's the sad part about like sex in our society. Like they demonize it and they're like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that. But men are out here like they want everybody.
Don't listen to those people because those are the ones in the airport bathroom tapping their shoes. Okay, so.
But you know, I think you just need to be yourself and find some dick or pussy or whatever the fuck you like.
Like ain't no shame in like trying to figure it out. If you have a few partners in one moment, just like take it in stride, you know? Like you gotta figure it out. We accept you.
We'll be right back after these messages. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Year 2021, right after the inauguration. Remember summer 2020? Remember that thing that made it hard to breathe daily? No, I'm not talking about your crippling anxiety. I'm talking about when you felt like you were forgetting something before you left the house. Keys, phone, wallet,
Mask.
our new normal. You down with PPE? Yeah, you know me. Wear your fucking mask, Karen.
But yeah. What do y'all
But
want
that
to
could lead into fucking. Let's talk about OnlyFans
We're
and this
skipping
drama.
over period sex. Okay.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Oh, let's talk about period sex. Oh, she's not ready to talk about period.
No,
She's like, oh no, let's talk. You don't like it?
No.
You ain't doing it right.
Look at me.
Listen.
And you know, me and Tara's perspective on period sex could be two different things.
Yeah.
too. Like,
It's
you
just
know,
that my parents sometimes can be really painful in the last
oh,
thing
and that's
I
fair.
want.
That's fair.
There's
That's
a
fair.
penis in there.
You know why? Because
But
it's sensitive.
No, but it can reduce your cramps and the pain.
Mm-hmm.
I
I
mean,
don't know, I
but
don't
everybody's different.
Everybody's different. No, the thing is like so everybody's period is different, and if your period is the one that won't allow for it, it's not. Gonna
And
be
if it's
enjoyable.
super heavy, like
Yeah, it's not.
Oh, the heaviness ain't no thing. Ain't no thing.
Oh, no. I mean, towards
Jenny's
the
like,
end.
Jenny's like, that's the lube right there. No, yeah, towards the end,
Scene of
definitely.
Carrie.
It be like that.
Because, like, I started my period like Monday or Tuesday, so it's Saturday now. So like, it's kind of dying down, and
You
like,
got a long ass period.
yeah. So
No, I'm like 7 days.
yeah,
I used to be longer in high school. It used to be longer, but
But
in
it's
high
very
school.
so like the first 2 days are very heavy, and then the other days are just very light. So like this morning, me and Vanessa woke up, and you know we were watching Up, and it got a little emotional.
You saw Up. That's what did it. That's what did it.
That's our
and it
fourth
set
book.
the mood.
I'm like, damn, yo, I really be loving Vanessa like this old guy loves this chick, yo, like Ellie and shit. So I'm like, yo, I really gotta eat her pussy right now. And things got hot and heavy, and so like, you know, she's like, how heavy is your period right now? So
that's
you
a fair
know,
question.
I'm like, it's not that bad right now. And then, you know, she's
That's it.
like, no, I'm going down there. I don't give a fuck. She's a soldier. She put her
She's
helmet
a
on.
soldier.
Shout out to the vampires out there.
I
We
need
see
a
you and we love
soldier.
you.
Shout out to Red Wing, getting your Red Wings and being sexually explorative.
Hey.
But you
She's
know,
beat red.
It'd be like, but it feels so like period sex. It feels so much better because you're so tender down there.
Yeah.
And like the orgasm is like more intense.
One would argue too tender.
Yeah, because it could be too tender. Like my first 2 days, I'm not fucking like. But at the end, like you said, her like you know beforehand, yeah. But like, cause she has given me my periods multiple times. Like it'll be like right before my period, and like she'll come up and like have blood on her face. I'm like, yo! Is that too much info for the first episode?
Nah,
No.
welcome.
It gets you welcome.
Come correct.
Come
Yeah.
correct.
Come
Just
correct.
know what
Wipe
you're
the
getting
blood
into.
off your face.
But, Yeah, like I guess it's different for everybody, but I think people shouldn't be as scared of it because, like, it is a lot of time out of a year that you have your period.
Yeah.
So it's like you are, you know, you don't want your partner to get bored as well. So,
But you've been in a steady relationship. My ass hasn't.
yeah.
So
it's a little different.
My dynamic, so
Yeah.
I can pick and choose what time I'm gonna
Like
do
a
it.
one night stand on the period.
Yeah, oh my god.
No, definitely not. It's definitely
Yeah.
it definitely has to be somebody
It's
you
an intimate
trust.
thing.
Yeah, it's an intimate thing.
And some dudes are not equipped for that.
Yeah.
Like even
No.
like eating ass too.
a
Like
lot of
one
dudes
dude
are-
was like eating ass. What?
I'm not gay.
Clutching his pearls. Clutching his pearls.
No, but I think some guys are okay with it if they're not going down there like head first.
Yeah.
If they're just putting their dick in, it's not as bad, and they're wearing a condom. I feel like it's like really it's still gushy. You know, like it feels the same. It feels the same for them, right? Like it can't.
I don't know.
We have to promote safe sex.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Safe. Be safe, guys.
Use a
Get
condom.
rested. And don't
and
do
get consent.
and don't just
Get consent!
Yeah. Don't wait until you need a plan B, but if you need a girl, take it.
But also don't let that be like your
Birth control.
yeah.
No.
Because I feel like
I know a couple people like that. Shout out to you.
and some guys may slip off the condom in the middle of it and not tell the girl. and-
That's rape. That's
And-
rape.
and also be like, oh, well, you didn't know that I took it off, and it's like,
Nah, you don't do that. Pow pow. Bien duro.
and then they're like, oh, I'll get you Plan B, but it's like, okay, what if this person like never took Plan B before and they don't know the side effects? There might be, I don't know. I've never had to take it in my life, but I'm saying,
No, but
there
what?
might-
Like, first of
there
all,
are side effects, but it's better. It's better than the other side effect of
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't make that
pregnant.
decision for somebody.
having a kid. Yeah.
and destroying a vagina canal.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
since we're talking about destroying things,
Bella Thorne.
Fucking it up for all the sex.
Honestly, okay, listen.
Segway queens.
I met her in passing. Lovely girl. Quiere un poco.
She stinks a little. She
She
looks
looks like
she look like she
She
stinks.
smell like pee.
And I don't want to shame you because sometimes do you, man? If you stink, live your life. But I'm gonna be mad.
Nah.
I'm gonna be mad about it. I'm gonna be mad about it.
No, because you know why
But
that
I
affects
don't.
you.
But I don't want you to feel bad, Bella Thorne, because I know you're hearing this and I know you're listening to it. I don't want you to feel bad. I'm not trying to bully you, pero bañate. Bañate, mija.
Yeah, so people were pissed about what had happened on OnlyFans, where she kind of
Does
like
anybody have an OnlyFans here?
not yet.
I don't. Not yet. I wanna set one up for feet. Why not? Why can't I make money?
Would you
off
do,
of showing
would you
my
do-
feet.
Would you do foot jobs?
That's
Like,
too much.
Okay, I'm just curious.
I think here's the thing.
that
There's
would be
people
like
out
that would be
here-
the big package.
Is it?
Like
You know what?
$100.
When I'm like, I want to buy a condo, let me get some down payment money. Maybe I'll do some foot jobs. I'm not opposed to it. You know why? What am I showing? Some feet? Some tootsies? No.
It's something.
Right.
Might as well.
I'm mad that Anna gave me that
liberate-
direct eye contact. Like, does anybody have an OnlyFans?
You want you want
She
your
wants
feet
me
to
to have
be
an
sexually
OnlyFans.
liberated.
If anybody was gonna have an OnlyFans here, it'll be Jenny. No shame, no shame. Get your money.
No shame, yo. The thing is,
Get
it's
that
like
shmoney.
get your money. Here's the thing: pandemic happened. These strippers out here, the ladies on the street, they need somewhere to like do business,
so my whole thing
socially
is
distant business.
with the Bella Thorne thing. Like people, her nudes are out there already.
Yeah.
So what are you paying for?
People are paying for the
Celebrity, the-
no, not even like, because first of all, it is one-on-one, right? It's like personally I pay for this and then she responds back to me personally.
No,
right?
but
Is
she's
that
like
how it
that.
No,
She
or
sent-
is it like you pay
she-
for like
She sent out like a mass like
It's a
message.
generic thing.
Yeah, where it was like everybody got the same pictures, thinking they were getting nudes, but
but
they
that's not how
weren't.
it's supposed to be.
But yeah,
You're supposed to
but
be
that's
paying.
why people are pissed at her because she kind of ruined it for everybody else.
I mean, yeah, because she got how much money off of it. Not to
A
mention,
lot.
Bella Thorne is not aching for money.
Is she?
Why?
We don't know that. We don't
You
know
think
her
so?
chances, because a lot of those actors there, because the thing is
They're
that
big by
you
name,
guys
not by wallet.
No, but a
You
lot of
gotta
things people give them for free. Like,
Yeah.
and so
Well,
they
there's
may not
porn.
be, they might be cash strapped, and
That's
just
true.
people just give them shit.
And people gotta remember, like, she was a Disney star. So, like, this is a whole nother lane for her. Her net worth is only 12 mil. I'm saying
Only 12 mil. Listen, you talking
Amazing.
we're all from Passaic, Tara. They get only 12 mil.
But I could see why she was like, okay, let me get in this lane kind of thing. Because she is that type of person. I feel like she is, like, not out for the cash grab, but she's like, oh, I can, like, definitely
Stay
do
relevant?
This. Yeah, stay relevant.
And it doesn't take that much effort, really.
Yeah.
And she ain't even, nobody got any nudies, right?
Yeah, and if you're just taking pictures by the pool,
You
bang,
can-
mill.
Yeah.
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 Oh man,
It's-
that kind of life.
I feel bad for the other people that are on there that are actually making like a business out of it. Like that's their main income.
That's their bread and butter.
But it is what it is, you know what I mean? Like, Bella Thorne built her career, she worked hard at it, and, you know, being in the industry from a child star, like, I'm against it. I don't think that kids should be working, period, because it's a lot of stress onto them. They shouldn't be the breadwinners. Mama, si tú no trabaja, if you want to work, you should be working. You shouldn't be putting your kids to work.
Pimping
And
out
I
your
get
kids.
it. That
Yeah,
there
but
are kids
Some
that
kids
wanna-
that want to do
Yeah, I
it,
was
and
gonna
I also
say.
think there's a way to do it responsibly. But the thing is, a lot of parents are also like leeches. A lot of parents are like predators as well, and they use their children to like either live through them or just to make that guap. And at the end of the day, like as a parent, you have to like read your kid's mindset. Also, you have to understand like when a situation is healthy or not, and you have to cast judgment all the time. But not a lot of parents went to therapy.
I was
Not a
gonna
lot of
say,
parents
they're not in the right
they're not
mindset.
in the right mindset to like cast judgment on anything or to like make the right call. And like these poor children like get thrown under the bus.
Yeah, because they don't have nobody looking out for them, because not for nothing, there are a lot of predatory people in the industry that are gonna, like I said, with these fuck boys, they'll whisper sweet nothings into
Fuck
your
boys, fuck
ear
ladies.
so that they can abuse your child. So that's why I'm against it, because there's just so many sharks circling, especially with kid stars, and they need to be protected.
My whole thing is, I don't think she intentionally knew that this was gonna go the way that it did.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And she pulled out right away and deleted everything.
Yeah.
So I don't think she actually got all
But
that
did she
money.
return? Oh, okay.
I don't think she got it, because I think it takes a few days for it actually to go into your account. I'm not sure how it works, but that's how it was explained to me.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter is
But
that
all
OnlyFans,
All those people are probably getting their money back from OnlyFans, but now they're changing.
the rules.
The rules, yeah. Which
So-
it needed to happen.
Yeah, it was probably gonna happen down the road, because I mean, Cardi's up there and she's not doing nudes, but she's
No.
doing
Content, things
she-
that people know that, first of all, she's interesting as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you go watch Cardi, you gonna see un maldito reguero. So, yeah, sign me up. And I didn't, because I'm not gonna spend, I'm sorry, Cardi.
No,
You rich already, Cardi.
I'll just watch her on Instagram. Like, her shit
Yeah.
on Insta is enough for me. I don't feel like I need to even
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
deeper than that. But I guess there are people that are like, oh, Bella Thorne, a common name, and they saw it and they're like, oh, let me dish
see
out
some
this cash.
titties.
I want to see,
me
even
see
though
the titties.
even though her nudes are out there, which is another thing. But because she put her nudes out before somebody blackmailed her before all this happened and was like, oh, I'm gonna leak your nudes, and she did it herself.
Smart.
And then she ended up on here, so I'm just.
That's what's up. Take initiative.
Yeah.
Because also, I think about that. What if somebody like threatened me with nudes?
I do the
I'd be
same
like-
thing. You're not gonna play me, honey. No.
No, exactly. Like I'd probably be like, whatever. I'll put my titties out there. I don't feel bad
Right.
about my body. I feel okay.
Her titties. They're great titties.
You got great titties. You do.
But-
Anna has great titties.
She does. So, speaking of Anna's titties, you all want to jump into friendship boundaries?
No, I think we should do the verses.
Okay. Oh yeah, the verses.
Let's lighten it up a little bit.
Okay.
Here.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, wait. Explain the verses.
All right, guys. So this is our versus segment of the podcast where we just battle different people, things, objects, ideas,
Nouns.
cities,
Now.
Cities. Nouns.
nouns, words.
Whatever.
It's a
Get-
battle, pretty
Get
much.
creative.
Right. So what we got on deck
Wait,
today?
hold on.
Yo, don't be stealing my ideas. Say.
I'm gonna snatch Tara's notebook.
Let's do this right. Let's not do this right because I don't got it up.
But yeah, it's kind of like the verses that's going on with, like musical artists. But we're gonna just talk it out, and you're gonna hear our thoughts about each competitor. Yeah, I would say.
And we're not gonna do poetry, guys, so don't worry about that.
Poetry,
Brandy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I mean, I do have some poetry in that notebook, but like, stay on that page right there.
All right, so let's get started. Verses.
All right. Who's more annoying, DJ Khaled or Pitbull?
DJ Khaled.
Mr. 305. DJ Khaled. I definitely always voice my opinion on him. This is the third podcast on. I said it on every podcast. I don't give a fuck.
He don't even eat pussy.
He don't eat pussy. We know Mr. 305 out here giving that.
He Cuban.
He Cuban, yo. He's a part of the tribe. I can't turn against him. Plus, like, I remember when he was performing in, like, I think Premios Juventud, and he had these really tight white pants.
He always saw that white
ensemble. You could see the outline.
Oh, of the print.
You can see the
print. Also September, it's sweatpants season. Hey, Grace all day.
Grace sweatpants season.
But also, yeah. So, DJ Khaled definitely more.
Okay,
annoying.
so it's what is it called? Anonymous?
Unanimous.
Anonymous. Everybody turn around.
It's a unanimous vote.
What is it?
It's unanimous.
You know I can't read.
Go eat some pussy, DJ Khaled already. Jeez.
We're over him.
He's like adamant on like.
We're over him. Yeah, and I don't know how Drake like made a song with him again. I'm just like, whatever.
Is that what's happening? Did you see that?
Yeah, they came out with a new video and Justin Bieber plays Drake and it's like, okay, enough. So now we're going to segue into our next verses.
Wonder Woman versus Captain Marvel.
Ooh, I'm saying Captain Marvel's gonna watch Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Why you say this? Powers.
She's more powerful. I mean, okay, so Wonder Woman's dad is Zeus, right? Isn't like her dad a god or some shit?
Yeah, she's a demigod.
So she's part god, but like
she's an Achilles.
There's just something. Captain Marvel like ran through Thanos' ship. Like she's just so powerful. They needed her to defeat Thanos.
To fuck shit up.
Yeah, and like I just think she's more powerful at the end of the day. They're both very powerful because I think Wonder Woman would watch Batman and Superman, but I think
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
But Wonder Woman.
She got these hands.
Wonder Woman's backstory connects more to me because I like the whole jungle Amazonian.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because everybody know me. I got jungle feet, so I connect more with Wonder Woman.
No, but
so that's where my vote goes.
I like Wonder Woman better too. Personally, like I like her better.
Like who would kick whose ass? I don't know. I feel like it'll be even. I feel like Wonder Woman might outsmart Captain Marvel.
Ooh. That's a good point, honestly.
I'd watch that fight.
Okay.
Yeah, on Pornhub.
Alright. Ooh. Those are always my
We always every week. Maybe we should like do one
I think
extra.
porn. There should be like a niche Pornhub like for weird shit.
Who was the last weird Pornhub thing we said we would watch?
Star Wars.
We said Omarosa and Stacey.
Oh my god!
It was
No, it wasn't Omarosa. It was
Who
this
was it?
bitch. Fuck. What's Candace Owens?
Candace Owens and Stacey Dash. All right, next verses.
We're here for it.
Those names
I'd
make my pussy
watch.
dry.
All right, ready?
Now we got apple spice versus pumpkin spice. How y'all feel about that?
I'll fucks with the apple spice. I'm gonna give it an apple.
What?
Oh, the white girl's like, nah.
Not even apple
So wait,
spice?
which one's your spice?
It depends what
Which one in the movie?
the situation is, because I like both. Like I'll fuck up a pumpkin pie, but like you give me some apple spice tea, it's a wrap.
The thing is, I like
That
cider.
shit gets my pussy wet. I gotta walk.
Write that down, guys.
I got a wop for apple spice. Not gonna lie.
I fuss with the apple spice too. I mean, pumpkin spice I could do with or without. Honestly, people get so hyped about the pumpkin spice.
I think they forget about the apple spice.
I think apple
It's so
is the
overrated.
classic. It's the old faithful. It's like apple's always been the thing for fall, I think. Stop trying to push pumpkin on me.
Exactly.
Leave pumpkin for October.
It's Starbucks.
Nah, neither, man. Like, if we talking pies, now we got a battle.
Okay,
that
what kind
counts. That
what
counts.
kind of pie?
But
Pumpkin pie, apple pie.
pumpkin.
Exactly.
Pumpkin pie, but it's pumpkin spice now. Apple spice now.
Pumpkin pie in the summer?
No.
You can only have pumpkin pie for a few months. Apple pie
No,
is
that's what
year
I'm
round.
saying. Apple pie with some
That's
ice
very
cream.
un-American. You can have apple pie anytime.
That's what I said. I said pumpkin spice
Oh,
is only
I
for a
thought-
few months. You stay wanting to fight me.
I know.
Whoa, this versus is getting too crazy. Don't hit each other.
That's why we got a referee.
No, anyway, but yes, it's the consistency for me with the apple pie, but you throw some ice cream in there, it's different.
Oh, an a la mode.
Oof.
Okay. Okay, I see
But you could give me a pumpkin pie straight up, I'm eating the whole motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
you. Yeah. All right, I feel you.
I like some whipped cream with it.
Yeah,
Yo, whipped cream always.
but
Whipped
I
cream
can
always.
take it straight.
I do. Okay. Straight, no chaser.
Straight. I'll eat it while I'm in ShopRite.
Oh, so you brave. It's like you be eating grapes. You be at the bakery section, just open up pies.
Not in the pandemic because of the mask thing.
Oh, I know that's
You
right.
know, you
I
don't
know
want
that's
to be
right.
that person.
Which
Don't be
leads
that guy.
to the next
Wait,
one.
hold on.
Thanks, Steve.
Anti-vaxxers versus anti-maskers.
You know, let's throw them all into a ring.
Let's get rid of all of them.
We'll throw them in a cage match and see who survives.
I think because anti-vaxxers have been around a little bit longer, a little bit more gully, and they're gonna throw down. They got weapons.
No, yeah, they got weapons. They got
They got an arsenal.
And with the anti-maskers, I understand the government is trying to control you, but honey, let's be
Nah,
real.
I don't understand it because it's more about your health. It's not about the fucking government. It's about like just staying alive.
But I think it's legitimate in the fact that some people may not come in contact with anybody that dies COVID. And so they think
that's fair.
they're thinking that the numbers are inflated and that the information that they're getting isn't accurate. So if it doesn't affect you, of course you're gonna think like, yo, free balling.
Yeah, my whole thing is if they haven't dealt with it personally, they don't understand the severity of it.
And that's with anything.
And my whole thing is, I think also these two groups can overlap. You could be both anti-vaxxer and anti-masker, which is also very dangerous.
I know, because now we about to drop this vaccine.
Yeah.
Would you take the vaccine?
Okay, here's my opinion on it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be the first in line for it. But I also I've never had the flu vaccine, right? But I've also only had the flu twice, maybe in my whole life.
Oh dang.
Yeah, I don't get sick like that. But also coronavirus is different. Now am I first in line for it? No, because the government is involved in making this shit, and I don't trust our government. I'm gonna wait till a few people get the vaccine. I'm gonna see how it works for them. And then I'll join the herd, and then we'll do this herd immunity. You know, I'll join in later. But right now, I'm gonna let the craziness ride out.
Let it rock.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm still kind of up in the air on that one.
I feel the same way. I think I don't usually ever get the flu shot, but a few times at work they were giving it for free, so I was like, fuck it.
I do it when it's free at work.
And that was the few times that I did get the flu. So
Y'all
I
be
don't
getting
know
the
how.
flu? Yeah.
So I don't really trust the COVID test because I think it will have to have a little bit of the virus in it to
that's how a
help
vaccine's
build up
made.
your immune system. That's how vaccines work. That's what they are. There's part of the virus in the vaccine. So you gotta be. I think it has to be tested for a long period of time before I will actually go out and get the vaccine. Unless they make it mandatory, then I'm getting the fuck out of here.
You heard it here first, guys. Hold her to it.
I won't be the local lesbian anymore.
Nah, she gonna be the far away lesbian.
The international lesbian.
Yo, go to any other country.
Mrs. Worldwide over here.
Hey!
Worldwide. I can't.
Hey, Pitbull, call me.
All right. Where we at?
Friendship boundaries.
Okay.
I think the first thing that you have to establish is that what is it that you need from a friend? What is it that I guess connects you with people that you can build upon?
What are you responsible for as a friend, right? Like, are there such things as boundaries as friendship, or is it like, are you ride or die?
I think you do need to have friendship boundaries because a lot of times friends unload their own personal responsibility on their own emotional health onto you. It is your responsibility as my friend to make sure that I am happy or to not piss me off, which in part is true. But again, it's not the whole bulk of it. I don't think lies on the friend, and I think that's what you gotta negotiate.
And it's hard because, like, okay, you want to rely on your friends for those hard times. But if it's a perpetual hard time,
yeah,
and like you gotta also read the room,
right?
Like, there's layers to it. You know, like if it's a perpetual hard time, like then you gotta start considering therapy over maybe confiding in your friends all the time, because like at the end of the day, people have their own responsibilities, people have their own lives, their own traumas, their own baggage to contend to. You know, what's good? Welcome back, girl. Hey. Nah.
And it's easy to be selfish. It's
easy to be selfish because that's all you have, yourself.
Yeah.
Unless you're like crazy empathetic to the point of like where that's also not okay too, because then you're always neglecting yourself, and I'm guilty of that. I am that friend. I'm that friend that's like, I don't know, I'm 50-50. If we're great friends, I'm fucking ride or die shit, and I'll listen to you and I'll hear you out and I'll try to figure out your shit, and I'll tiptoe and like walk on eggshells, and I'll like do the most to make sure that you know that I'm trying to hear you and trying not to like, I don't know, just to be supportive. But that's not always good because then you neglect yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then like those things start to like come into play, because then you need maintenance. Then you need to start worrying about, like, give that same advice to yourself that you were giving other people, right? Mm-hmm. Like, and it's hard to do that because you don't give yourself as much sympathy. You don't give yourself that much, like, empathy. You just, like, I don't know.
Yeah. And it's easy to feed into your own toxic bullshit cycle. Like, I've had toxic friendships. One comes to mind where I got blamed for an abortion and I didn't even fuck the guy. Like, long story short, like, I was going through things and I was tired of this friend who only hit me up when they needed something, or it was always centered on them, and I needed my distance. I had to reclaim my time. I had to worry about me because this person sure as hell wasn't worried about things that I was going through. Yeah. And lo and behold, they had an unexpected pregnancy later down the line. We had a conversation about it. And I genuinely felt, and again, I'm pro-choice, do you? But in this particular situation, I felt like they had the means to take care of the child, and sometimes you got to take responsibility for your own actions. Yeah. We all know how kids are made, and sometimes you got to pull up. Yeah. And I'm not saying necessarily that she should have like
done it in that
raised the child herself, like if you want to put it up for adoption, but I would have necessarily agreed with her circumstance of getting the abortion. And also, she was upset. She said,
but also don't throw it on somebody else. Like that.
No, but she blames it on me. She was like, had you been there for me and had this conversation with me, I wouldn't have gotten that abortion. No. And I was like,
because if you were there, then she would blame you. Oh, now I got this kid.
Yeah.
It's gonna go either way regardless.
Exactly.
So you were with you.
You were getting the blame regardless.
I think she was just mad at me
because the abortion and she didn't want it.
I think more of the fact is that she needed support. She needed to talk it through.
You have to.
And I wasn't there for her. But it's also like, that's your responsibility.
My lack of not being there, like, that shouldn't sway you that much either. Like, she got the abortion because she thought that it was your right choice. Thing. It was her choice, and she thought it was the right thing to do in the moment. With, like, she didn't need you to like help sway that. She made that decision because that was where she was leaning. Whether she had remorse after that, that's on her, but she shouldn't like tack that on you.
Which is complicated. Like, honestly, I've never had an abortion, and I know that there's a lot of emotional things that go into that, so I can't speak as to what was going on to her mentally, but she did blame me. No, and that's not cool. That's not on
one
me.
thing I will say though, just because you have the means doesn't mean you gotta go through with the pregnancy. And that's personal. Personal thing.
It's all about.
Because some people, because like honestly, you go through like that pregnancy that causes hormonal changes in your body. It changes your body in like multiple ways. You don't like if you really don't plan on being there for the kid, and you don't want to like just. I see like why one would have the abortion because. It's not just a matter of means, it's a matter of like mental health. Postpartum depression, who knows? What if you decide like, I'm gonna have this kid and I'm gonna adopt it out, and then once you adopt that kid out, but I'm going through all these like hormonal changes after having the baby, the postpartum and stuff. Like you just don't know. You just
like
don't
having
know.
a baby is not just like that. Like it changes your whole life.
It does.
It's not gonna be like just a baby. That's it.
Right.
So like you have to keep that in mind. But I think as a friend, you can't put that on somebody else.
Right. It's your choice.
You gotta make that choice. And honestly, if it was like me, I wouldn't even like talk to anybody.
Some people are babied and like coddled to a certain extent growing up. And so when something bad does happen, they want to put the blame on somebody else.
And
so. That's just what happened in that situation, and we all are empathetic people, so people see that in us, and they're like, oh, well, they're going to feel bad for me, regardless.
Yeah.
If I demonize them or not.
I think that was a part of it. Like, she wanted to guilt me for taking time for myself.
She's feeling bad about herself because she,
she's going through a lot, and I don't discount.
What about you, though? Because you got your own life.
Exactly. Exactly, and that was the thing. Like, there were other things that I was going through a lot that I didn't necessarily know I can handle, but I knew that I couldn't unload on her because I'm her rock, and everything has always been about her.
And those are the friends that you are only fair with friends, and you learn that you can't keep them around unless they show growth or show that they're gonna change. But at the end of the day, like you don't want those kind of people in your life. You want people that are gonna support you, and not blame you for little shit like not little shit.
Yeah, but like major life choices that I had nothing to do with. Like I wasn't even in the room while they were fucking. So
it's not like you.
I wasn't taking notes. I wasn't
sitting
in
the waiting room for the abortion. And you didn't even talk it out with her. The nerve of her, like when you place that burden of responsibility on your friends like that. That's I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's because of the emotions that she was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
Not that I'm excusing what she did, but she also needs to seek therapy to deal with whatever she's dealing with because she can't take responsibility for her own actions.
It's huge. It's a huge problem. It's a big situation, and I'm sure.
And she's not the only one.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure she. Exactly. It was more scapegoating. It was she didn't want to take it all on psychologically, and I get that, and I'll take that if it helps you sleep at night. But at the end of the day, it's not mine to carry.
But you gotta be aware that you're doing that. A lot of people like this. I don't know when this happened, but sometimes you're not in the frame of mind to realize, like, I am taking that risk. Like, I'm taking on this burden for somebody else. Yeah. You just do it. You just do it.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about that, I was put in a situation where I had to go with somebody, and I was that friend that went with somebody to go get an abortion, and like I wasn't prepared for what was like going to happen because it is kind of traumatic, even if it's not happening to you. Just in the waiting room itself, it's just like a very dark like thing. So like sitting there and like waiting for this person to come out and like not understand, like completely understanding what was. How she was gonna be afterwards. It is a traumatic thing. So it's hard for somebody to actually be there for something like that if they weren't in the act of it. I think both parents should be there. Like both people that did this act need to be there.
Right.
But that person wasn't for my friend. So I was there, and I feel like it did change my idea of what an abortion was, and I was just like, yo.
Like how heavy it is. It's not just sucking the baby out or just taking a pill. It's like it's deeper than that. It's emotional. It carries weight.
And it's a I'm not a surgical thing, but like are put under like anesthesia and things.
Well,
so
there's different. It depends on how far along you are, because isn't there a pill that you can also take too?
Yeah.
That you don't even have to go under. You just take this pill and boom.
But anyway, let's circle back to friendship boundaries, because I feel like I wasn't here for that. I had to go bathroom break.
But she's like, I want to speak on it.
Yeah,
no,
I
it's
feel
important.
like they're back in the day, I didn't have as many boundaries. I was always like, that person was like, oh, I'm there for you, like 24/7 whenever you need me, and like and like I felt like a lot of my friends weren't. It wasn't always like a two-way street. It was always like a one-way street. But I was always there for them. But it was like when I needed somebody, they weren't there. So it's like it needs to be always a two-way street with your friends. You should always feel comfortable going to them, and if you don't, then it's not for you. Like it's not. It's not a bad thing either, because like sometimes you go through people through life. You know what I mean? Like they're not forever friends, or like it's like just a momentary thing.
Phases.
There you go. That's what I was.
You got a friend for a couple years, and then that's it.
Yeah,
you grow out of people, and it's okay. It's not.
It depends on what you're doing in life, because you're not doing the same thing in life for fucking 10 years, and if you are, that's like whatever.
And sometimes you could come back to that friend.
Yeah,
you guys can grow apart. Maybe you grow apart, and then maybe like you find each other later in life, and then
when it's
ready,
right.
Yeah.
And on the other side of that corn.
Corn.
On the other side of that corn.
Get that corn out of my face. Sorry for spitting.
I didn't even feel the spit.
Coronavirus.
Next time, go harder. On the other side of the corn, Look what you signed up for. Look what you chose to listen to.
If you're still here, what's up? That's what's up.
Thanks for being here. And on the other side of that is just that there are some people that are just meant to be in your life for a certain part of your life, because you do outgrow them. I've had that where, my friendship model usually is I have one close friend, medium friends, and then acquaintances.
Yeah.
Mediums.
I felt the same way. Yeah. And speaking on that, like when I was younger, I feel like I defined myself by my friendships. So that was a very toxic thing, and I didn't realize it, that I was doing that. But when I did, I was like, yo, why am I defining myself by a friendship? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this person isn't who I am. So it's like, it's like an outside third party thing where I had to kind of detach myself from certain people, because it was just like unhealthy for me.
Yeah, but it always feels good to feel like somebody has your back. Like,
yeah.
I've had friendships where it was like toxic codependency, because she was like my only friend. So I had nobody else to talk to when I wanted to bullshit, or like regular things would happen and I want to text this person.
Yeah.
And it can be frustrating when they're not there, and that's, again, the boundaries are not the same. And it can turn into something toxic, and then you got some bullshit on your hands.
Yeah. So like, when do you draw that line in the beginning of the friendship, or when you feel like it needs to be drawn?
Honestly, I think it's something that you learn after problems happen. You got to confront certain situations and then find those solutions, and because sometimes you don't even know. And in the honeymoon phase, when you're just friends with somebody and you send the representative, just like with dating too, you send the representative, which I'm so tired of the representative. Because usually it's like midway through, then you find the real person, then you're like, oh, you're horrible. So it's just a matter of, I think for me, I don't know what you think, but I think it's more a matter of after you hit the problems, after you hit the hiccups, and after those solutions.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I feel the same way. Yeah, definitely. I agree with you there. Because like you don't know in the beginning or wherever you're at in that friendship, when you need to draw the line. When those hiccups come, that's when you're gonna be like, okay, wait, time out. I did this for you, and now you're kind of like throwing shit in my face, and it's like you didn't even reciprocate the same I don't know.
Like, you didn't support me the way
Yeah.
I needed. Yeah, but I think that's where you find the real ones, though, right?
Mhm.
Like, even if you go through those hiccups and you don't talk to this person for a while, and then you guys come back, it's like at some point, because you're always growing. Growth is like
Never ending.
never ending, right?
Evergreen.
In this phase of like this hiccup, when you realize I'm willing to go through these hiccups with this person, you make a choice to bring them back into your life.
Mm-hmm.
You make a choice to like be like, hey, I know this is gonna happen, but I'm willing to work through these things with you, whether it's gonna be hard or, you know, easy. And that's when like you really find those good friends, and that makes it a little more worthwhile. Now, again, those decisions are like not always the right decision, or maybe like they may bring you back to a toxic place. But the thing is like you also have a choice or a say, and like it's a decision
Yeah, definitely.
to bring that person back.
I think every relationship in your life is a decision at some point.
Yeah.
Like, as you get older, you know, you start to, like, make that choice. Like, you know, even people, like, they stop talking to family because they're like, you know, this isn't really doing anything for me or them.
Yeah, because just because you're family doesn't mean you got to deal with the shits either.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all. I don't think I've ever felt that way either. I'm real quick to be like, oh, you don't feel right for me.
Because family can be toxic.
Family could be
That's
the
a whole
most
nother
toxic
topic.
because
Yeah.
no, I mean
That's for another
we're
episode.
not gonna go into it that much, but the thing is like just because family
It's blood.
is blood doesn't make them like, you know, fucking
Ride or die.
I ride or die, or doesn't make them the right person for you to fucking just be. I don't know.
Be who you are.
Yeah.
But since I don't know if you guys got into this, but like, what is your like personal definition of friendship, or being a friend,
Being a friend.
or being a good friend?
I think there's levels to it.
Yeah, it depends on who it is too. Cause like I'm not the same friend that I am with one person that I might be with another person. Cause you again, like you said, you got your main friends, you got your medium friends.
Yeah, y'all be fist fighting. I am.
No, it is the thing. Anna's but like how you said before, we're all soulmates. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think like I see Anna and she's a soulmate for me in one way.
Mhm.
I see you and you're a soulmate for me in another way. And you guys actually had very strong impacts for me, but on different points in my life. And like again, now we're here together. But like, okay, for my people that don't know, let's clue
How
them
did we
in.
Yo, I got toxic
And-
shit.
no, okay, so
I
here's
got.
the thing. I'm willing to deal with Anna's toxic shit because it only comes out at a certain time, and I know it has nothing to do with me. And like I'll be at the receiving end of her toxicity, but I understand my emotional like bandwidth. I understand what I'm capable of like dealing with, and I can deal with her toxicity. But I also like think her good parts outweigh any of that. And it's like I don't think she's a toxic human being where it's unhealthy. I think I have my toxic qualities too. Like let's not throw Anna under the bus like that. Like I am she's just sitting there just taking it. No, it's not that. Like I am capable
Her
of
titties outweigh.
I think the reason me and her are soulmates is because like our toxicities like kind of work.
Overlap?
And like there's an understanding, and I think
They
it's
work,
a
yeah.
cultural thing, and I think it's a just knowing her since I was a child. But the thing is, for my people that don't know, me and Anna have like had exchanged fisticuffs, fisticuffs, and like we've
scrapped on the corner in Washington Heights.
Malicious. It's never been because she like hates me. It always has to do with like we're both dealing with some deeper emotional turmoil, and because of like who we are and what we grew up around, it comes out in a certain way. Because I am also one. I will say I love to scrap. It's terrible. And I don't do it. I don't do it anymore. But I will scrap in a fucking second. Like
And the thing is, if you're raised in violence,
in violence,
and
like
that's your
how you
trigger,
express. Like,
because unfortunately, that's mine. Like I'll get angry, and that's how I feel. Like sometimes I resolve
that's
things.
how you have to like
or-
handle.
And it's not healthy, y'all. I'm working on it, but
it's like an adrenaline.
But also,
rush.
like the thing is, we wake up the next day, and I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, I know you don't hate me, and I know I don't hate you.
It's
like,
a
like
love.
it's a
Yeah.
love thing, and it's also like sometimes the emotions when you hold them in for so long, they explode, and then when they finally come out, it's usually at a time where you're like, let's drink and let's express myself. Like, here's the thing, Anna knows that she can be emotionally vulnerable with me, so when she drinks, it's just gonna come out. Like those feelings gonna pour out because she knows that she can like have that with me. And like, I'm not gonna cast judgment. I'm not gonna be like, fuck you, bitch, you're acting crazy. I'm just gonna hear her out. And the thing is that like sometimes when those emotions come out, they come out tenfold because they've been like stifling you. They've been like in the inside for so long. And like when they finally come out, they just gotta come out as such. And I sympathize with that. And I never take personally when shit boils over, for my friends that know exactly what I'm talking about. When shit boils over, like, I'm not one to be like, this bitch is that. Like, no, I'm like, nah, she loves me. Because then the next day we'll be like, all right, we cool.
And please note, I'm not beating anyone. There's context.
She is not.
There's stories to it.
The real version.
No, here's the thing. No, never.
We'll tell you the story later. But trust me, it's not what you think.
It's not what you think. And I hope I'm like not like saying the story in a way that puts her like in this
Anna
weird
beats
like.
me.
No, she does not beat me. The thing is, Anna knows that she can go there because I can handle it too. That's
and she can, because not a lot of people can.
Because Anna's not trying to fight me because I'll get my ass beat. She will throw a titty at me.
It takes. Here's the thing: we're all strong individuals. It takes strong individuals to handle strong individuals, and that's why I think she allows herself to just like get there because like I can handle it. I'll fucking take it. I'll take it.
I think we also need to be aware of like what gets us to that point.
Exactly,
and that's the thing.
And I think she knock on wood, she has been very like
I've been good lately.
No, not
She's
even that.
wrong.
But just aware, even when it was going down, like she was aware, like, hey, I know this isn't okay.
Yeah.
And I know I gotta work on it.
I mean,
but it is what it is.
I had to have a phone conversation with her, but yeah.
No, but I'm saying the
I
thing
was like,
is,
man, because she was trying to.
I got friends that are fully capable of that too, and like aren't aware that they need to just do
But
that.
also, I think you black out at some point and you don't even remember what the fuck happened and put you to that extent, and then you're like, oh shit, like all your friends are telling you kind of the similar story, and you're like, whoa.
And the narrative is different in your mind, and there's a reason why you go there, because you feel attacked, you feel cornered, and you spend
yourself,
and that's toxic shit. That's my mental shit that I gotta square away, and I work on. Because
I've been like fucked up to points where I like break down too, and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? You know, so you do have to like realize the heaviness of alcohol and like where it takes you, and it brings out like the bad spirits in you, and like so you have to kind of know your limits. And I think some friends just don't.
But the thing is that I think when you have like a real solid friend where it is a two-way street, there's nothing that you can unload, because it is a two-way street, because you're doing for them what they're doing for you, and it's reciprocal. But if it's one-sided and you're always constantly being there for the other person, that's a different story, you know? Like
I beat your ass in cup pong, but you beat my ass in cup pong.
No, but she mostly beats my ass.
But
she's training me to be better. So if you challenge me, I'm gonna beat your ass in cup pong too. And cup pong only. But, I'm leaving the violence behind me. Unless you test me.
Yeah. Do y'all wanna segue, or do you wanna talk about
what we watching?
Yeah, let's do that.
What are you watching?
What are you watching?
So we've talked a little bit about Cobra Kai a little bit earlier.
I haven't watched it, but I keep hearing great things.
Just give us like a little synopsis, like your own personal like.
It's a wonderful douchebag's redemption story.
Okay.
So it's a lovable drunk who does karate in the valley.
Sounds like it already.
It sounds like me already. And honestly, it's really funny. Okay. Like, you would think it's going to be a little cheesy because it's rooted in, like, a Karate Kid on a different property that was, like, in the 80s. So, and it's not just about nostalgia, although there are cuts from the movies in it. It's a really fun ride. There's a lot of action. There's the drama scenes. Like, when the drama hits, it's real. So honestly, I've been binging it and I adore it, but I'm gonna wait for you to finish.
Yeah,
before I dive some more.
Yeah, okay.
What else we watching?
So did you start P-Valley? I know you started P-Valley. Okay, so like I was like, y'all need to watch P-Valley. Yeah. Let's talk about Mercedes for a second. Let's talk about Uncle Clifford for a minute. Let's talk about Redbone for a second.
We didn't get that far.
No. I'm just like mad hype because like P Valley is like my shit right now. Nobody watches it that I know.
Yeah, well, because you came here and logged onto your thing, so I was just like,
Hey, I forgot I did that, but no,
it's
use
on
it.
Stars. You need stars.
yeah, and
Get a password from somebody.
We
They
started
gotta
it,
have
and
it.
even like the intro song, Vanessa.
Oh,
like,
that song is so good.
Vanessa like downloaded it, and we're like, oh, it's only a minute long. We wish it was longer.
I thought it
It's
was
such
a
good
longer song.
And no, it definitely shows like shines a light on like what that whole industry is about, and that there are like guys that are, you know, they want to explore their sexual liberation as well.
I
And
love that storyline.
And there's such a big like stigma on men like going down that road as
Right.
well.
All right, for my people that don't know, there's a storyline within the show with Uncle Clifford and Lil Murder.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Clifford is gender fluid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, how would you describe him? Like a man, but like
I would
but
say
he
he's
got
kind of like a drag queen
drag-
without the makeup. He doesn't really like be.
I wouldn't say makeup, but like drag queen without like it's not full femme. It's like you still got your.
No,
your
he still
mask.
get gully with people because he
hell
owns.
yeah.
He owns the club that these women are dancing at, and he's pretty much their boss.
But he's femme leaning.
See, he's family. He dresses very like
Fabulous.
Some days he could be real thug, and then there's days like he'll have a do rag on or some shit, and then there's days where he got a wig on. So like it could go either way, and it shows that like you can be very balanced as a person, and like people will still have respect for him.
But
Because even the cops in the show have respect for him.
absolutely. And like, all right, so there's this romance with him and Lil Murda, who Lil Murda is like an up and coming rapper, and you know, in the rap game, being sexually
Misogyny.
fluid, it's misogyny all day, every day, like, and like it explores like just like their relationship and like, you know, their back and forth, and like it's something you do not see on TV at all. It's like, and I think it's needed. I don't know, it's just that storyline is everything. If you don't, I don't want to get too deep into it too, because I know Anna hasn't watched it yet. You
But
better
also,
start.
like, Mercedes as a character, I feel...
She's everything. She is like Megan. She is like
Megan who?
Megan Thee Stallion, let's say?
Oh, I thought you meant Megan.
Le Stallion. Le Stallion.
Megan, the one that got kicked out of
She gives me
Europe.
strong black woman vibes,
Got
unapologetic.
kicked out of.
She is the best
Meghan
shipper.
Markle.
Meghan Markle. I mean, that's another vibe. That bitch is great too, but that's another vibe.
No, but she has a body, has a face, has the moves and everything, but she kind of wants to get out of that. She wants to, like, own her
Come
shit.
up. She wants to come up.
Yeah, she wants to, like, own her own shit. How else can I explain it?
But she's a bad bitch.
She's
Like,
a
she
bad
is, like,
bitch.
confident. She can read the room. She can read you for filth.
I don't
She
know
understands.
about her relationship with her mom.
Her relationship with her mom.
Because I'm only, like, 3 or 4 episodes in.
Okay.
and I'm
Okay. There's more to it. You're gonna keep
Yeah.
watching it. There's one episode in specifically that you're gonna be like, oh,
Like,
they're gonna break it down.
Yeah.
But it's worth the watch. There's a lot of strippers. There's a lot of
There's a
great
lot of
pole
ass
dancing.
shaking.
There's a lot of titties. There's a lot of great pole dancing. The thing is all right, I'm a dancer, but like I'm watching these pole dancers. They ain't your basic like run of the mill pole dancers. These girls have moves. They're talented. So like if you want to watch it for the talent alone on that front,
Yeah.
it's worth the watch.
And from what I hear, it's like the take on a strip club, but not from a cis male perspective, which
Yes.
is
Not at all.
Yes.
romp.
Yes.
But
yes.
also, I'm not really a big fan of the main character. What's her name? Haley?
Oh, Haley. No, because I think she's the main character because she needs to be right now for, like, where the story is going to go.
Yeah.
But I don't think she's the main
I will
character
also-
for, like Haley's the red bone girl.
Yeah.
And she's, like, again, typical light-skinned girl that gets, like all the camera
Has a weird
time.
past.
Like, the light-skins always get, like, more of the storyline or, like, the main part, I think. Like, even, like, Martin. I love Martin to death. Gina and Pam. Like, I've always been Team Pam. But Gina was the light-skinned one, you know? But I don't know. Maybe I'm reading into this wrong. But the red bone girl is, like, the one. She is, like, the one everybody wants to, like, to have as, like, for lap dances. Like,
Yeah.
she's, like, the exotic flavor.
But she's also, like, new and she doesn't know what the hell she's doing.
No, but I think she does know what she's doing. And, like, the thing is, there's, like, you gotta watch more episodes
Okay,
before.
okay.
But the thing is, guys, watch
Because
P-Valley.
the way that it begins, you don't really know where she's coming
Yeah.
from, what happened. You kind of see it as the show goes on, and you're just kind of
You need
like,
more episodes before we
you're
break
like,
it down.
I want to know more about her story, but she's also kind of annoying.
She is annoying.
I'm
She's a little.
kind of like, maybe
Because
somebody
she
will kill her.
self-preservation. It has a lot to. You gotta keep watching the episodes because they break it down.
We definitely are gonna keep watching, but let's
Let's move in. What else are we watching?
We had. I mean, we don't have to talk about, but I know, man.
Oh no, I wanted to talk about this real quick.
I don't have that on mine.
Because I saw this on El Gol de la Flaca, and I was like, hold up. So apparently, for the Selena biopic, writers and production weren't in contact with Chris Perez at all.
Which doesn't make any sense.
Which doesn't make any sense because if you know Selena's story, you understand that like Chris was very contentious with the family. They didn't necessarily want this relationship. So obviously if the family has all the say, and I'm not saying that that's the case here, but if it's only the family's perspective, it's not going to be authentic to what Chris was going through. Yeah. And we're not going to get Selena's the love story there. Yeah. We're not going to get what really happened there, which is disappointing.
They're probably going to try to demonize him.
Maybe.
And like because like I don't know if anybody's seen the actual like the movie, the J-Lo one.
Yeah. Which I've seen. Everybody's seen it. Which I've seen a million times. Like honestly, Selena was very iconic for me. I remember her death. I remember just being so sad and crying because she meant the most to me. Like daily I would be singing her and I'd had my hand like my hairbrush.
Of you tonight till tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you, Tara, for that. It was beautiful.
She gave you the hard cut off. I'm giving you the hard cut.
If you don't know this, I was side-eye.
R.I.P.
Tara's rendition.
Don't be hating. But yeah, I love Selena too. Anything for Selena.
Anything for Selena.
But,
Selena's the case.
I agree with you. I think that he should have, like everybody in that situation, even maybe the bitch that killed her, bring her in.
Hold on.
What's her name?
Yolanda, whatever the fuck. Because honestly, there are three people. There are three people that are on site for me. Number one, Donald Trump. Number two, Yolanda. If I see you in the streets when they let you out, because I think they were going to let her out.
I thought they were going to let her
out.
Trump would.
You better not be in my face.
Trump really would.
And then my cousin Laura, because fuck her.
Air it out on the pod. You heard it here first.
Family drama.
Oh my God.
You heard it here first.
So it's that one cousin, yo.
Right? We all have a cousin that is like, this bitch.
I know it.
But
Don't I know it?
But I'm questioning the authenticity of this story that we're gonna get in this series.
Who's playing Selena? Is it Demi Lovato still?
Demi Lovato?
No.
Yeah, better not. I need y'all to Google this.
No, we're not.
I mean,
we not Demi Lovato.
Isn't she like half Mexican as well, though?
She's not half enough.
Is it because she did drugs for you?
No.
Because she was on
She's
that
like,
8.
how Latin American is she, though? Here's the thing. I'll believe a Selena Gomez over a Demi Lovato. Maybe because her last name's Gomez. But is she a halfie Demi Lovato?
No, but the thing is,
it's like the culture. Did she grow up in an Americanized culture? Or did she have a little like?
But that's Selena's culture though. She was very Americanized, and she had that duality of being an American, but also having this background in this culture. Because I can relate to that. Like, if I go to DR, nobody's gonna call me Dominican because I was born here. Yeah, but I'm here, and everybody calls me Dominican.
My grandma calls me Americana.
Yeah, so it's like I have no flag, but I'm here. And to answer the question, Christian Saratos is gonna be Saratos is gonna be she's a
Let me see what she looks like.
She's gonna start. Let me see. She's just not popping up right now.
No. She's kind of cute.
Yeah, she's kind of cute. Right here.
I don't know if she's dreaming enough though. Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm just like I love the movie so much, and I just think J-Lo
killed it.
Such an iconic role. I hate seeing things rehashed, like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Yeah, should have never did that. Yeah. Don't call me Fox.
But anyways, R.I.P. to Selena, R.I.P. to Chadwick Boseman.
I'm gonna still watch the movie.
We'll probably.
I'm gonna still watch it. It's a series. I'll still watch the series.
It depends how bad it is. If the first episode is like horrible,
I'll give it 3 episodes.
Okay.
Not fucking. You don't watch it.
You don't
I'm gonna watch
watch
the whole
You
thing
don't watch the
so
whole
that
thing.
I can accurately talk shit.
Okay, so then
With
we can
facts.
review it. We all have to push through, and then we'll review it. We'll be
Let
back.
us know what you think about it
Yeah.
when it's out.
Yeah.
I was gonna talk about the Mandalorians coming out in
Oh.
October, so I'm hyped for that. It's not out yet, but I'm definitely hyped for it.
That was such a
Baby
good
Yoda,
series.
you know, I hope they definitely live up to the first season.
Yeah. And honestly, it's the saving grace of the Star Wars franchise. I said it because it's been going downhill, and we know it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit gets old, and we deteriorate.
All right, then I think we're getting to the end here, right? Finally, you want to talk about some new music or
Yeah.
anything, or you want to just wrap it up? I don't know if you guys
Wrap that gavel up.
I think we
I
can
don't
wrap it
know,
up. We
'cause
got.
I don't think we really like listen. We listen to kind of similar stuff, but also like we have our own like.
Before we move on, I just want to just put out there, because I stayed telling you to watch it. Watch Lovecraft Country.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I started watching it.
Oh,
and it's so
I'm
good.
waiting.
It's so
I'm
good.
waiting. I
Okay.
know it's gonna
That's
be
fair.
good, and I
it's
like
good.
to binge, so I'm waiting for this
Okay.
so that
So
my
just
emotions aren't played with. This isn't the
Stay
90s.
tuned for the Lovecraft Country.
That's also what's her
Commentary.
name? Smollett's sister.
Yeah, no, okay,
Yeah.
so I love Journey Smollett.
Journey,
Okay, let's talk about it
Journey.
for a second, because we're not
Yeah,
going to get
go
into
for it,
Lovecraft
go
Country.
for it.
We'll
I
get
am
into
a
it when I
fan
watch it.
Of
Me
Journey
too.
Smollett. Journey Smollett was on an episode of Martin. I just watched it today.
She's
Journey
very
Smollett was a Disney
versatile.
kid.
She
She
was on
did
Full
Selma
House.
Lord Selma. She was
She
on
was in
Full
Harley
House.
Quinn, which
She's versatile. She sings. She dance.
No,
She
but
she like she
She
acts.
was a child
she's-
star. She was
She's
in
a
Full
child
House.
star, but I always been a fan of her because she was like, okay, she's light skinned, but she had like the curly hair, and you didn't see a lot of those people like back then. There was like very few that you saw like just cross over. Like every show that I would watch, Journey Smollett was like the child star in it, and then she grew up into this beautiful fucking actress. She did Underground, that got canceled, but I loved Underground recently. But Journey Smollett's in Lovecraft's Country now. I'm a fan, but her brother is Jussie Smollett, which
But that's
But
not her
fortunately,
fault.
I think that society has kind of separated them in a
Yeah.
good way
Oh,
because
yeah.
I don't
She
think
set
she
her
needs
own.
to sink for his bullshit because eso maldito reguero. Like that whole situation, I don't know what happened, but it looks like a goddamn mess and I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave Jussie Smollett in the
Yeah, that's
corner,
all you
but
know.
Journey, I'm gonna pick her up and we're gonna ride into the sunset.
Honestly, she was my favorite character in Birds of Prey. Like,
She killed it. She killed it.
besides Harley, I really liked the growth of her character and like
Yeah.
where
I'm
they
a
took
stan.
her.
I'm a stan.
But
Okay, so
anything
yeah,
else?
That's it as far as TV. Let's not talk about music today. Like I've been listening to many musics.
Many musics.
Many musics.
All
I
of the
feel like-
musics.
I think we can like sit down and like really like create more than 5 minutes for it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
we'll give you more of a deeper dive in as we
Side note, we love music, yo. We some music heads up in here.
Yeah.
So
and we plan to have different artists that we want to showcase. We plan to have some
locals.
music for local people that you should probably hear and that you should get into. So we're gonna move that needle forward down the road.
Yeah, this is our first episode, so we got to give ourselves a little bit of credit, and we're definitely gonna keep growing from here and bringing people along with us. Why not?
Yeah. And stick with us, guys, because we're gonna get some good shit for you. We're
Come
gonna have
correct,
more.
bitch.
Yes, we're gonna have more
correct.
sketches. We're gonna have more artists on deck. It's about to be a situation, so stay tuned.
Deuces.
Yeah. Adios.